Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Alien Protocols and another special episode of History's No Longer Mysteries. Mysteries. Well, today we're going to dive right into quite a few interesting mysteries. These are the Bosnian spheres. These kind of giant stone spheres are actually found around the world. They're found in Costa Rica and South America. Some places there's a lot of them in the area, like especially Costa Rica and in Bosnia here. And there's a lot of speculation about them being made out of iron and that there's treasure inside and people tried to crack them and all that. But the truth is, they're not from an ancient civilization. They are from a natural process that really is very little known, I believe, or poorly known. Next we have, can you really shatter glass with your breath? With singing? Probably with your breath if it's really bad, stinky. Yes, you can. Resonant frequency is very well known. Tesla really tried to teach us about the power of resonant frequency. I can't speak enough about the powers of resonant frequency. Everything has a resonant frequency. Everything has a frequency. And you can hit that same frequency and set up a sympathetic vibration across distance. And this works in so many different ways. They're even using it for cancer research now. They're trying to use sound waves and frequencies that match those of the cancer. So yes, singing can break glass, and much, much more. Next is the mystery of the Roanoke Colony. Where is the Roanoke Colony? Oh, here we go. The Roanoke Colony. It was the colony that was dropped off, and they had a lot of difficulty with supplies and Indians attacking them, and so a group went back to go get more supplies, and when they returned they could not find the Roanoke Colony. Well, what happened to them was they didn't die. They did not go inland. You might think that they would go deeper inland, but they did not, because they were being attacked by Indians. Instead, they went more towards the coast, and they decided to stay with some peaceful Indians somewhere, I think out here, somewhere out here more closer to the coast. And they just weren't discovered when they came back to search for them. So they actually ended up in a very decent situation. They interbred with the local Indian population, and because of the graciousness and goodness of the Indians, they survived. Next, we have no, not that one. That's a fun one. Malaysia, MH370. What happened to this plane? Why did it go down? Was it zapped by aliens? Was it teleported to another universe? No. Sadly and very cruelly, very insidiously, the pilot did a mass murder suicide. He had pre-plotted his path, and near the end he flipped the plane over and pulled up, which is really down, and did a super deadly dive into the sea. And it's really, really insidious. Next is the bygone pipes. In China, they have these pipes that they found, and they've been dated back to thousands of years ago. Way, 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 way beyond human technology of building pipes and metal pipes. And they found an unusual amount of metal in this remaining stuff on the inside, which many people are saying is piping. The reading came back that this is actually a metal that is in the roots of a tree system. And the metal is just very high for a bunch of reasons. A meteoritic strike, tens of thousands of years previously in the area, volcanic activity, and once it turned into sedimentary, it was more easily absorbed by plants, and some plants evolved to carry more metal, and especially into their roots. And so the bygone pipes are actually just petrified remnants of this, and with the roots with high concentrations of metal in it. Next, the Emperor's Tomb, the first emperor of China. This is just the terracotta warriors guarding the tomb. It's that giant pyramid. I'm sure you guys have seen pictures of it. And there's rumors and legends of it having the Mercury oceans and a recreation of the Chinese territory and the sarcophagus of the emperor. And on the ceiling of this room, in the very most inner sanctum, the ceiling is a recreation of the heavens with stars portrayed through diamonds and gems and emeralds and rubies. It is the most opulent burial chamber ever. And that is the rumor from writings and other things, and it's true. Every single bit of it is true, and in fact it's even more lavish and gorgeous and priceless than believed. Unfortunately, they haven't opened it, and they're scared to open it because they don't think they have the technology to do it right. But the problem is it's starting to collapse. And the incredible inner sanctum is starting to collapse and has been collapsing. And if they don't go in there soon, it'll be recoverable, but, crushed. Next is... We're not going to go to that one yet. We're going to go to this one. Rudloe Manor in the UK is rumored to have a bunch of UFO activity, government secrets for decades, and even a fleet of UFOs here that the United States and the UK government have been working on. And my answer is no, not true. Next is Wales UFO. There was a UFO crash in Wales. It's kind of like the UK's version of Roswell, and it's true. It's completely true. I want to do a whole episode just on that. Now, next, in Papua New Guinea, there have been rumors of this strange dinosaur creature, kind of like a velociraptor. Supposed to be about 3 meters tall. It's been seen by different tribes groups, and it's a long history within different groups, including the Puna people. And I could not find it. It is not there. I believe it is maybe a creature that used to be there and is no longer there anymore. Maybe 500 years ago it died. Maybe giant ground sloth, some creature that died, and only the legend remains. Next is Andrew Basiago, the time traveler. He said he traveled back in time to hear the Gettysburg Address. I think this is the picture that they say is him. And I know for sure it isn't Andrew Basiago, because that one right there is me. So that is Andrew Basiago, not history. And finally, you saw it, the Templars. Did the Templars make it to America? Well, I did RV and some other stuff, and yes, the Templars did make it to America. They were being severely persecuted. The French king, I believe it was, ordered them to be killed, and they killed and tortured many of them. And I had during an astral this image of all the 5 ships leaving at least, and the first ship and second ship had most of the treasure type stuff, and one last ship stayed behind. I think it had Mary in the name, and it stayed behind just until the last minute. They were scouts watching as this army encroached to take them out and to take the Templar fleet. But the Templar fleet left, and this army stood there on the shore watching them leave. Did they make it all the way to America? Well, they hopscotched from place to place, from Greenland to Nova Scotia to Maine and further. But also a little side note as I was doing this was they do have a secret chamber. There's a secret Templar chamber in the Temple Mount in Israel. There's a big stone that's kind of like the sails almost. That's a hint. And it's underground, well hidden. Templar treasure near the Temple Mound. Who knows? Could be the Ark of the Covenant, Holy Grail. Who knows? And then finally, yes, they did make it to America after the Vikings, Irish, Mayans, and the Phoenicians. That is it, my friends. You can rest assured these mysteries are solved. Much love to you and yours.